Well, Mr. President, it's 12 o'clock. Would you like to start the meeting?
Yes. Well, can you start it? I'm paying right now. Sorry.
Okay, so let's just go around. Our president, Mr. Mark Boating with the city of Plano, is making a payment at this point, so we'll let him do his introduction in a minute. What's up, Michael Levy?
All right. Yes, Michael Levy, City of Grand Prairie. I work at the Summit Active Adult Center and also serving as secretary as well as anything technical support for TBUFC.
Webmaster.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Yep.
Welcome, Steve.
Yep, Steve Hauser, consulting arborist, previous tree climber when I was younger, and previously a board member a couple of times now. I'm starting to lose track.
Amen. Well, welcome. How about you, Miss Allen?
Okay, thank you. That is the first time I've ever remembered to unclick my audio ever.
Good job.
Ann Allen, I'm the park superintendent for the city of University Park. And like I said last month, this is the first time in years that I have participated in this group, and I'm excited to be back. And y'all have really grown while I've been gone. I mean, leaps and bounds. So I'll repeat it again for anyone who wasn't on the call last time. City of University Park, we're a couple years into really trying harder as far as managing our urban forest. We've recently completed an inventory with Davy Group, and we're in the process of beefing up our ordinances, both in the permitting, construction side of things, and then in the maintenance and what we require homeowners to do in publicly owned property. We're not really dipping into private property that much, but like their public right of ways. So I'm here, I'm back. So thank you for having me.
You know, the bilingual workshop that we're going to have in conjunction with San Antonio in February. We'll have it here on the 18th.
It's made it to a post-it note, which means it's official. But I think that the registration's not open yet. Is that right?
Oh, no. But we're going to talk about that tomorrow.
Okay.
And the person you need to speak to is Mark Bird with the Bird, B-I-R-D, with the city of San Antonio. They have an ordinance that you can't touch the trees unless look at their website, San Antonio Arborist Association. And they have on their front page a little thing about they're recently made some changes.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
But their surrounding communities have to have it too. And that's what we want to know is how in the heck did you do that? And one of the ways they sold it was that insurance payments premiums were less for people that had certified workers on their property, not certified, but safety trained workers.
Okay. Yeah, that's one of the things we're talking about right now.
Right. You've got to have a loop, and that was their hook, I think.
Okay. Thank you. We will take a look.
There's Stephen. We missed you last month.
Hey, yeah, I'm back. Yeah, glad to be back. Yeah, good to see everybody.
Well, tell them where you're from.
Oh, hi, I'm Stephen from East Dallas, Stephen Bay. I'm president and COO at Planet Geo. We do urban forestry software, consulting services. We do tree inventories too, but Davy's really good too. Actually, while I have the mic, I will say two things. One is I am still looking into if we can reclaim our old Facebook page with my contact at Facebook, and it's possible, I think. One thing that'd be super helpful is if we have any idea who originally started the page back in 2011. So if somebody has any
I have an idea.
Okay.
Has anyone asked Leslie Finnicle Halleck?
Guess not. That's a helpful clue.
Is that name familiar to anyone?
Well, yeah, but she's long gone. I haven't talked to her in a million years, but I bet
Because she was president at some point and she is a tech guru. So I wonder if she didn't create it when she
Mhm.
was in that role.
right. I remember because
I keep in touch with her slightly so I could ask her. What is it specifically that you need from this person? If it is her?
we would need the name and email of whoever. The easiest way to recover it would be the name and the email of whoever started it back in 2011. It's the Trinity Blacklands Urban Forestry Council Facebook page that has like 350 followers.
You
Last
would need
post?
her if it, let's say it was Leslie. You
Yeah.
would need the email that she used to create the account.
Correct. But if it is her, it could be even easier because if she can just log in, then she can transfer ownership.
Okay. Stephen, what's your email? Because I might just say, hey, if it is you, can you email Stephen?
Sure, yeah, I'll put it in the chat. But it's
Okay.
stephenbay@planetgeo.com. Thank you. Amazing. Okay, so that's one update. Update number 2 is some of you all may already be aware, but we did release the National Canopy Project with the Arbor Day Foundation and U.S. Forest Service. I think it passed two weeks ago. So if you go to treecanopy.us, you can look at the smallest unit is census block groups, but we did a lot of tree canopy analyses that are available for free. So make sure you're using it.
What was that address again?
Treecanopy.us.
and I'm sure Michael's got that. We'll put it up too on the website.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we're all in it together for. Hello, Mr. Wilt. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm John Wilt. I'm with Dallas College. Hard to do a lot of prairie restoration and wildscape restoration, and of course trees. I've worked with Steve for on and off for over a decade. I plant trees whenever I can. I'm not real sure what you guys are doing, so I'm curious to hear about it. I know if it has to do with trees, I like it. So I'm going to listen intently. Thank you.
Well, hang in there. Were you at that Arbor Day planting?
I might have been. I'm
That's
not
what
sure.
we did in
Which
the
campus was it?
down at Dallas and on the Trinity River.
I don't. Yes, I was there. Where we planted 400 trees.
Yeah. 400.
Yeah, I was there.
I thought that's where I met you.
Sure. Okay. Oh, I remember you. Yeah. Hi.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
You're
well, hang in there. We do a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Gene. Gary?
I was going to say, John is a fellow master naturalist, and he helped with probably 10 years of tree planting in Dallas schools. We did the Dallas Maverick Trees for Threes planting. So he's a great volunteer. Came every year, had his bucket full of tools, and he did a great job teaching those people how to plant those trees. So glad you're involved, John.
Yeah. It's my pleasure. We got a free lunch. That's why I came.
Why don't you try now, Gene?
Yeah, I found the mute button. So how are y'all doing today?
Good.
Gene Gehring, I am the executive director for ISA Texas. So
And he helps us all the time. He's a great assist. Thank you, Gene, for coming.
thank you.
Hey, Blake, how are you doing? Hello, Blake? We can't hear him. So, hey, Jim, can you unmute and tell us about all the many things you've done besides a polka cruise?
Well, we've been able to get back to work on the prairie and limbing up trees and cutting back underbrush, make that place a little more aesthetic when you look at it. But that's about it. Nothing tree wise so far.
He did
But I
come
am
out.
working with the city of Ennis to help get their, they've applied for tree city status and working on planting trees at their parks. We had a tree planting here on Arbor Day, put in about 8 or 10 trees at a park. So anyway, that's what I've been up to.
Thank you, Jim, for coming in, and we have Miss Megan with us.
Hey everyone, I'm Megan Wood with Texas Chapter ISA also. So I work with Dean, and y'all keep inviting me, so I keep showing up.
Yeah, but you also help a lot too.
Hey Susan, can you hear me?
Yes, there you are.
There I am. I've got too many microphone options. I need one.
Well, this is Mr. Blacklands with the city of Dallas.
Yes, Blacklands, City of Dallas. I am a park operations and maintenance manager for the Northeast quadrant, basically. So, which includes White Rock Lake, Flagpole Hill, and surrounding areas.
Well, thank you for showing up and helping us out with all of this. I have somebody here that's with Firefly AI. Is that just our?
Oh, sorry,
think
that's
that's-
my note taker bot, and it just auto joins meetings. So
Okay, that's
Yeah.
all right because we record it too.
Okay.
It's not like we're hiding anything.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
If we are, hey, Mark, we see a picture of you, and now you show us on the golf course. It just gets worse.
I'm living the life. You know, I've spent so much time helping a lot of people recently, so I'm taking care of myself, and I'm gonna have some de-stressing time. So this is hole number one. But my name is Mark Bodwin. I'm the president of TBUFC, and I work for the city of Plano as an urban forester.
And he does an excellent job. Oh, by the way, my name's Susan Henson, and I'm retired, but I'm the vice president of Trinity Blackland Urban Forestry Council. And Mr. Mark, would you like to entertain a motion to call this meeting to order?
Yes, can I get a motion to start this meeting?
I so move.
Let's get it on.
We need a second, sir.
Can
I'll second.
someone else second? Thank you. Thank you, Michael.
Yep.
Okay, so we need to approve today's agenda. Mike, can you put that up?
I don't have, you still don't have hosting privileges, Susan.
How in the heck do we do that? This just gets worse.
I don't know. You have to have some sort of hosting, a co-host option on your menu.
Yeah, Susan, I tried to share it, but I don't have permission.
See if you can now. I turned it off. Here.
Let me see. Nope, it's still giving me the disabled.
Okay,
Hold
wait a
on.
minute. All participants. There, now try that.
All right, let's see. Nope.
Well, that's just rude. Because I told it yes, and it said yes.
Oh. Okay, well, let me log out. I'll come right back in here. Let me see. I'll be back. Maybe there's something there.
Well, anyway, guys, Amy has a headache, so I mean a migraine. So we don't have a treasurer's report, but she says there's no changes from our last meeting. I'm just gonna go ahead and march down the agenda if y'all don't mind. And we'll come back to approving this agenda that we're gonna go through. And by the way, the minutes from our last meeting are not available because of a technical difficulty. I didn't hit record. That's why they're trying to leave me in charge of this stuff. But Michael will find out what's going on and let us know. We have a board retreat scheduled in April at Amy's Lake House. And so we'll send out to board members and interested participants those 4 dates in April, and everybody can pick a date. Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Okay. Mark, the next thing on the agenda is our annual membership meeting. There's our agenda. Can y'all see that?
Yes.
The
Yep.
annual membership meeting is going to be on January 25th at Amy's headquarters over in Garland. And what do we do at this meeting, Susan?
The annual membership meeting, we're going to elect our new board and get to know each other. So everybody, all our members are invited. And it's on the 25th, and it'll be from 11 until 1. Or we'll say it from 11 to 2. And lunch is included. And it's at Texas Tree Surgeons at 196 International Parkway in Garland, Texas. Anybody have any questions? Well, would you RSVP to myself or Mark and let us know if you're coming so we'll have enough food? And we'll send out an update on that. What?
Oh, that's my friend talking. Don't worry about him.
Okay. And then next, Mr. President, is our board opening.
Oh, I should be okay. I'll drop. Yes. So I started calling board members yesterday, and I got a hold of Michael, and I think that was it. Oh, and Preston. And they committed, but I couldn't get a hold of the other board members. So I'm going to continue doing that. And like Susan said, we do have one position available. And we'll vote on that next month, right, Susan?
Yes. In our annual
Okay.
meeting.
Yeah.
And so we're looking for recruits. So if you're interested, let Mark or I know. And then is Preston with us or Blake or anyone that can address the next on the agenda is that Texas Forest Service grant planting with PepsiCo.
I'm here, but I do not know anything about that.
Well, we planted 450 trees, and I guess they've gotten a lot of water.
Well, good. Trinity Bottomlands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to Preston yesterday for an hour. He's still working out the details with Amy to try to get an invoice so that we can get paid.
Okay.
We want our money.
From the Texas Forest Service?
No, I think from PepsiCo.
Okay, from PepsiCo.
Yeah, we're not used to invoicing people and doing these grants, so it's kind of a new process for us, but we're hoping to streamline it as we do these more often.
Yep. No, I was just gonna say that the admin person responsible for it at TFS is out for a while, so.
Yeah. That'll be fun. Because the community grants are coming up quick. Next on the agenda is the bilingual workshop. Mr. President. Could I kind of roll with this one?
Please do.
Okay, we have partnered with San Antonio, and we're gonna hold ours on the 18th at Texas AgriLife. And we received an agenda from San Antonio this week, and we're gonna meet with San Antonio and Houston tomorrow. Did you see this agenda, Gene?
Yes, I saw their agenda.
Okay, so, do you happen to know if any, like, Dustin or Damien or Emily? Or maybe just contact information for them. I'll
Let
probably
me-
get that tomorrow.
Yeah.
But do you think they're likely to
It-
travel?
The meeting that you're talking about, that's the one that's on my agenda, right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
That was y'all's, or the one that you sent me.
Yeah.
Mark.
So it was Dustin Goodman, Damian Gomez, Emily Landon, Eric Vasquez.
Mine, it says that Dustin is confirmed. Damien, it doesn't say anything, but that should not be much of an issue. Emily Landon doesn't say anything, and it says that
Well, if you look down at conflict resolution under topic,
where's this last year's?
it says Jacob West confirmed Emily Landon.
Yeah.
Protection. I don't understand that, but anyway.
Yeah, that's
My whole point is, we don't have John Ball, but I'm sure Eduardo can cover that. I know he's confirmed for us. I'm just like to find out if these other people can travel. Anyway, that's all I
Dustin.
know about
Yeah, Dustin he actually lives closer to Dallas than he does Houston.
Okay.
I want to say he actually lives like Rowlett or just east of there.
Sweet.
I will send you his.
Dustin's more northeast Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not as far east as Tyler, but yeah, it's and he works all over.
And Damien's with TFS, isn't he?
Yes, in Austin.
And who's Miss Emily? You know?
Name rings a bell, but I am not.
She presented at our conference, our virtual conference.
What's she cover? You know who she's with?
I can tell you who she was with.
Uh,
She covered the same topic, conflict resolution.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she works. Yeah, I'm remembering her now. She's awesome.
Here, it says she's a professor at the St. Mary's School of Law in San Antonio.
No, she's not.
Office. She's
No.
not anymore. This is old
No.
then.
She right along the N21 when we had her. Just as discussed, I've also changed addresses since the last time I spoke. It is now 6 Lenox Road, Kensington, California. So she's like
Oh.
one of the or the California, like UC Davis or Berkeley or whatever's close to Kensington.
Okay. Well, if she's coming to town anyway, we'll just ask her if she'll make the big loop. Just send me their contact information. Would you, Jean?
Yeah, yeah, this is her Gmail, so it's her personal email. I can send you that. The best way to converse with Dustin is by text. I'll send you his phone number.
Okay. Sorry to take up everybody's time, but we have to do this. We're looking at a date that's just staring us in the face. But this event will pull. So all that being said, that's an agenda. It says on this agenda, guys, just to let you know, it's working with dead trees, how and why, industry standards and safety. Outdoor training would be on dead trees. And they're going to talk about decay, resolution and communication, heat protection, injury and illness, conflict resolution, heat protection, and training for grounds crew communication, site setup, safety, and rigging. It's a good agenda.
Really good. And one of the things that we're trying to do with this audience, a lot of the people that are dual speakers or maybe only speak Spanish, they don't always get training. And so we're really trying to attract that landscape audience and get them some of the basic, best management practices. So it'll be.
And with the bilingual software, they can be, our speakers can speak in Spanish or English. But
Yep.
Yeah.
It worked really well at ISA in Texas.
Did y'all already
And
say
that's-
who's teaching it?
What back?
Did y'all already say who's teaching it?
I still didn't understand.
She wants
Did
to
y'all
know who
already
the
say
speakers
who's
are.
teaching it?
Oh, some are confirmed, some aren't. We were talking about Dustin Goodman, Dr. John Ball, Damian Gomez, Emily Landon, Eric Palacios, Eduardo Medina. And those would be the speakers. Okay, so we have that meeting tomorrow, and as soon as we finish that meeting, I'll probably reach out to the speakers before that meeting, as soon as I get off this meeting. And we'll get that lined up so we can get it up on the website as soon as possible. Does that work, Gene?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said, y'all have managed to push San Antonio. They're ahead of the game from where they normally are at this point.
Well, that's okay, because I'm just gonna, now I have people's names, I'll download their bios and I can get that set up, you know what I mean? We can just start putting the agenda together and get it up ASAP. Shouldn't take but a day or two if they confirm.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, we'll have the agenda up, or the registration up, and by the first of the year, if everybody is
All right.
confirmed.
Are we ready to move on to the next workshop?
Yes.
Okay, that's our municipal workshop, and I believe San Antonio's on board. And we're gonna do, this is in June, and they would do the 24th. We do the 26th, and then I'm not sure Houston is going to do it. But we'll know more after our meeting tomorrow. Because they just did one last year, but it didn't pull like they thought it would. And I said, well, this one's going to be a little bit different because we already have Dana Karcher with Davy, Matt Grubestich with Rowlett,
He's with Garland.
Sam Hill, and I think that's it so far. But we have so many people that would fit into that category, right, Stephen? You even presented, co-presented. That was really good what you did with weren't you up there with Davey and TFS at ISA?
Yep. Yeah. No, yeah. We'd let us know if there are things we can, ways we can
Well, I
support.
just meant that was an interesting concept. It worked really well too.
Yeah. Thanks.
It hit them at all levels. Anyway, so that municipal workshop we have time to work on, but we already have speakers secured for that and locations.
Yep. And this workshop's for a different audience. This is more for, I mean, people who want CUs, but municipalities too. So it's good. It's good to have different audiences.
Right, so that they can work towards their, management plans and through City USA and all the other things that they need help with, grants, etc.
That's awesome.
Free inventories. It just goes on and on.
Did you say there will be one of those in Dallas?
Yes, on June 26th, Texas AgriLife.
Great.
We're trying to connect with other cities. Just recently, the Texas Urban Forestry Council was set up. And so we're trying to share information and not reinvent the wheel. If one person's doing something good, we can piggyback. If the other person's doing something good, they can piggyback. So we'll see how it goes. But so far, it's worked well.
And that's farther down the agenda. So the municipal workshop, San Antonio, the 24th, New Braunfels on the 26th. So, Mr. President, next on our agenda is Shadekeeper training. And since I do that, I'm going to run through it too. We did November 16th in Grand Prairie. We had 16 participants. And then we did December 7th in Lloyd Park. And thank you, Mr. Jim, for coming out and helping us with that. We had about 10 people. It was cold and rainy. We started at 9 o'clock in the morning and we did some young trees that were planted last year, some slide printing on those, and then we cleaned up around the campsite. But on February 1st, we're going to do fruit tree pruning at the Haven Community Garden at 1513 South Beltline Road. And we have probably, there'll end up being at least 20 people there. And that's always interesting to prune fruit trees. You just have to tell them you don't do this to shade trees. So they also were very interested, the people that I trained, in becoming a group that would prune in the park system. The park system is interested in it. Accepting them as volunteers. We're just trying to work through a process that, since everybody's had budget cuts, that won't hurt or delve too badly into anyone's budget. So we're at least working on that and have interested people. And that could be tailored, that training can be tailored to any community's needs. All right. Next is EAB and additional assistance for the city of Dallas. What's up with that, Blake?
We're not doing much. I think we're just continuing to treat the important or large trees throughout the city. It's not very many comparative to the number of trees we have, but you know how it goes.
Susan, can we change that to not just Dallas, but like the whole area because I mean, EAB affects everybody.
Yeah, I mean, what's it in, 20, 25 counties now?
Yeah.
So
Like in Plano, we've been actively removing trees and medians and then CIP projects, and I put it on the exempt list for mitigation in Plano. So I'd actually like to be part of that group.
Okay. Um, now you're in the minutes, we know. Is there any of, that's what that planting was for down in the Trinity River bottom with Dallas was for, EAB. Because they're gonna use so much down there. So, Mr. Levy, do you have a web update for us?
All right, Susan. Yeah, just a real quick, not a whole lot going on other than just kind of cleaning up and getting things, continuing to organize things on our website. I'd love to hear if everything, I think for the last few meetings, it seems like we're doing a lot better with the Zoom other than just trying to be able to share. I think it may have been partially me today. So, but the good news is that it looks like we're all of our information is starting to become a lot clearer on the website, and when it comes to our articles, again, always getting lots of different articles passed along to me to post for everybody to see what's going on in the field, as well as I've also found some different plugins to help us highlight our events a little bit better on the site. As I've been able to kind of experimenting, and it's been pretty exciting seeing all the things that we have available. But whenever if anybody has content that they would like to share, definitely you can send them on to me and to Susan and Mark, and we'll make sure everything gets up. But it's again, the more information that we're able to bring a value to everybody in the field, the better. But I'm just continuing to find ways to keep that stuff up front and first and forefront on our website. But I'll just continue it on as we go. And
Mike, to send it to support at
right.
tbufc.org.
Yeah, support at tbufc.org is my email address. If anybody needs stuff to highlight, as well as in the newsletter that I send out throughout for the month, definitely any articles there, I would love to highlight those as well. So content is always welcome anytime, and I'd love to highlight that stuff for y'all.
Mike, you're doing a great job. The website looks great. If you haven't seen it in a while, he's been working on it a lot. So thanks, Mike.
You bet. And we're also we're currently sitting at 207 subscribers on our TBUFC list. So right now that's where we're sitting. And that's really my report for December.
Well, as our president said, thank you.
Very welcome.
And next, Mr. President, is social media. Have you had a chance to talk to Mary?
I reached out to her. She must be on vacation.
I believe she had a note today. Matter of fact, I got an email saying that she was on vacation. She wasn't going to be able to make it today.
Well, Stephen, that is who is working on our Facebook stuff. And that's whom you will be working with on that.
Great. Thanks.
If you get anything.
Yep, we'll keep y'all posted.
So, next, Mr. President, is our Speakers Bureau, and we're just asking for video and articles for our web, and then we have a lot of information, and we need assistance in cataloging it. Is that how you spell catalog? That's not right. Anyway, so we'll continue to ask for assistance in that.
Yeah, Susan, Word disagrees with you on how you spell cataloging.
Oh, really?
There's no red squiggly lines, so it must be right.
Yay. That sure looked wrong to me. Thank you, Gene. Are you fact checking me?
Yeah, that's the only way I can spell is because Word tells me when I'm wrong.
Okay, Mr. President, next is our illustrious Texas Tree Trails update.
Yeah, I wanted to let you guys know that it's moving along. Spent a lot of time with the good folks at Paravita. We had hoped to maybe get it launched by the end of the year. It might go into January a little bit. We'll kind of see how that goes. But even once we get that far, and almost before we do, there's some questions I need to work with probably Courtney Blevins, Mike Sills on, how we're going to address each one of the champion trees that submitted, how we're going to keep up with the list and so on and so forth. So a lot of work to do, but we're close to being ready to launch it fairly soon. So at some point, we'll probably ask for a representative from Trinity Blacklands and from Cross Timbers, who are two of the other partners, to try to help manage that in the future, probably with volunteer efforts. I think you guys probably know that Doug Pearson, longtime webmaster for the site since it was established 20-something years ago, and his health is not doing well. So we're going to have to make plans for how we plan to manage it in the future. So a lot to discuss there at some point. And I was going to ask Gene, if you talk to, and this is kind of a side note for Gene, if you talk to Kirsten down in Austin, ask her to send me those scores for the competition, if you would. And one other thing I was going to note, that the Texas Urban Forestry Council has been around for a long period of time. I think Susan Henson served on the board, so did I, back in the 90s, early 2000, whenever it was. So they've been around a long time. It's just that they're starting to get more actively involved. So I'm glad to see it. So anyway, as soon as we get the site up, it's going to be very similar to the American Forest Champion Tree site. We're kind of modeling it a little bit after that. So it's going to be very good. When we get it up, we'll certainly send you guys a link to it.
And we're glad to to partner on this.
Yeah, and I think Amy has helped to catch up on some of the champion trees as well. Josh Good actually had about 10 or 12 trees he was going to search. And I think he was going to send me, even after he left the area, he was going to send them to me, but I haven't heard back from him. So there's another, maybe, with Amy gets hers done, then we'll have maybe another 20-something trees to remeasure, which is required every 10 years on these champion trees to go back and remeasure them. And we started with a list of almost like 300-something trees. So in the last couple of years, we've narrowed it down and almost caught up to all of them. So I'm kind of proud to report that. That's a lot of volunteer hours to measure that many trees and photograph them.
Amen. Dang good job.
So,
I bet you're glad to see that some of this finally coming to fruition. I mean,
yeah, I'm ready to get the new site relaunched, and hopefully there'll be a lot more renewed interest in it than there probably was before. But if you're an arborist in the area, or even a forester, you want to know where the biggest tree is in the DFW area, that's the place to go. And you can do a quick search and it'll tell you exactly what the biggest tree is. And, for us arborists, it's sometimes it's like, there's an odd tree that you've never seen hardly before. It's likely on that site as well. There's some really odd, really unique trees on that site, which is one of the really cool things about it. So I won't get on my soapbox, but it's a really cool effort, and hopefully we'll get it back on track soon.
you can get on that soapbox anytime, Steve. Mr. Mark, we're down to our Texas Urban Forestry Council representative. Could you tell us what went on at your meeting last week?
Yeah, I was down there with Gene and Megan and Michael. Really, it was a educational seminar. We got to present to everybody, all three councils that were there, just the year in review. And so we all had presentations to share with each other. And then we'll be meeting again in the springtime. I think that's when we'll really start getting things going, is in the springtime. So outside of the education, there wasn't really that much to update on, but it was a lot of fun being down in Kyle. And we'll be meeting again in the spring.
The other thing about that, the C is actually Congress now, not council.
Right.
Because technically they folded the Texas Urban Forestry Council and created the Texas Urban Forestry Congress. But it's essentially the same thing.
Right. I'm not gonna ask why.
Yeah, thank you for the clarification. I was wondering about that when I read of that recently, and I thought Congress, when did they make them different groups? So I appreciate the clarification, Gene.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, that's my mistake. I'm the one that made up that word.
Bad boy. Well, next on our agenda is the Southwest Park and Recreation Training Institute on February 2nd through the 5th in Oklahoma. And the cost of a booth there for us to participate would be $300. And we're just trying to decide if we're going to go.
I've got an update on that.
Okay.
They just sent an email out. I knew a few days ago, but they are moving the location because they just last week had a huge fire at the lodge, unfortunately. So in the kitchen, so it is closed. Sequoia is closed until at least March. Last I heard, they haven't made a final decision yet, but last I heard they're looking at moving it to Quartz Mountain State Park, which is in western Oklahoma.
Okay.
I don't think that changes this concept, but it's the other side of the state. And that, I think that the final decision should be coming down within a week or so, pretty soon.
Okay. Well, thank you for that update.
Sure. And I am registered. I will be there.
Yeah, but you're going to do other things. You can't work the booth.
Well, I can here and there. That's fine.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it.
We need someone at the booth. I'm gonna try to see if I can make it. But Plano, like I said, Plano had budget cuts this year, so I don't know.
Well, we can make a decision by our annual meeting and then it'll be okay. For our annual meeting in the next month, and we can just send out a vote by email to the board.
Susan, who have you been talking to about that? Is that Nicole or someone else? Do you know?
What?
Who's your contact? Who you've been talking to about getting a booth for Southwest?
Hang on. It's way back here.
Okay. Is it Sally Rodriguez?
Yeah, I don't remember. When should we contact? Just send that to me.
Okay.
Because the last one I got was from McMaster's, and that was
Okay.
an event a long time ago. Dan Hoffman.
Okay. Yeah, I work with him, so we can figure something out.
Okay. At least we'll be there. All right. Well, last but not least, we have on our agenda long-term and continued planning with the city of Irving. And this is really where Mr. Sills steps up. And he's not with us today, I don't think. But all of these, we'll contact all of these cities and ask them how we can assist them and will they come to our training in June. So if anybody knows people in these cities or these locations, reach out to them and let them know that we want to help them. And if they can attend these trainings, the networking around building community helps solve problems. The person sitting next to you may have an answer to your question. Okay, well, our next meeting is our annual membership luncheon meeting. It's from 11 to 1 or 2 in person, and we'll Zoom it. And you'll need to RSVP to me for lunch or just to support at tbufc.org. But we'll send out a reminder between now and then. And it'll be at, as we said, at Amy's place, which is Texas Tree Surgeons at 196 International Parkway in Garland, Texas. Does anybody have anything they'd like to add?
Susan, I was just going to curious, just to confirm, are we? I've seen 2 different dates: the 24th or the 25th for that annual meeting.
24th is correct. That Friday.
It's a Friday. Okay, so it is a Friday.
Friday.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Anybody else?
The one thing I was going to add is that, it's the holiday season. Everyone works hard, so take some time to spend time with family and do some stupid things. Not a lot of stupid things, but, have fun and have a happy new year.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Happy New Year. Well, if that's it, nobody has anything else to add? No more Merry Christmas? Okay, well, I appreciate you all, and you'll see an email for us on this annual membership meeting, and we look forward to working with everybody. Thank you for taking time out at this busy time of year.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody. Be
Do we
safe.
have a motion to adjourn?
So long.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. You got it.
Michael, before you get off,
Yeah.
the ISAT board did decide to look at redoing our website next year.
Okay.
And you had sent an email volunteering to help with that.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, I will be getting with you.
Oh, sounds great, Gene.
You will be on that
Absolutely.
committee, so.
Oh, okay. I've been down.
Somebody that actually understands websites, being able to help us through it would be great.
Well, sure. Absolutely. Well, Gene, appreciate that. Look forward to it.
Okay.
All right. Great.
And the other thing is your wife a member of the Arlington Junior League?
She is, yes.
It was funny because I was in the car with my wife and Diane, who's also in Junior League. And I'm not quite sure how it was that your name came up in reference to your wife. And I'm like, Michael Levy works with City of Grand Prairie. I know him.
How funny. Yeah. She's part of Junior League in Arlington. Yep.
And yeah, coming from a completely, I mean, your name coming up completely unexpected is.
Well, hopefully it was positive.
It was. I was like, how many Michael Levys can there be in this area? But
yeah, probably in the area not too much, but there are a lot of Michael Levys. I noticed that. I was surprised actually when I did a search. I was like, "Oh my goodness, there's a ton." Well, yeah, but no, that's hilarious.
all right, sir.
Well, Gene, have a great holiday, and really, yeah, thanks again for the update. And I'll be watching for your email if whenever y'all are ready to do meetings.
Yeah, it'll be after the first of the year, and when we actually convene a committee and.
Okay.
Really, somebody that could help guide the process, because I'm thinking that the first thing we need to do is have all the committee members go through our website and decide what they like or don't like.
Sure.
As well as look at other chapters' websites or other websites, and
Right, right. Yeah, just to kind of see what kind of feel everybody would like, if what kind of format, what kind of the aesthetics, and just how y'all would like to present everything. And if there's some examples to kind of look at, then I think that'll be great.
anyway, I mean that was my idea, and then they'll put out an.
Super.
All right, well, because our website is 10+ years old, so I'm thinking it'll probably have to put out an RFP to a company that basically starts rebuilding from scratch, as opposed to, because there's features on our website that will not update.
Right. I'm sure there. Yeah, I'm sure there is. If it's been like 10+ years.
So
Sure. Oh, well, yeah, that'll be great. I'd love to. I really look forward to being a part of the process.
all right, well, I do thank you, sir.
Thank you, Gene. You take care. All right.
Bye.
Bye.